Hey, how are y'all? How are things? It is Monday. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. How are y'all? How are things? It's Monday. It's Monday. This Monday has been a blessing to Lulu, me, y'all. It's been a blessing to me. Please let me know if you guys can hear me okay. It's Monday. Folks getting their grass cut. My sinuses are killing me. I feel like I got a frog in my throat, but that stops nothing. Y'all know that. That stops nothing. It's such a blessing for me to be here. And I got a story to tell y'all. I have a story to tell y'all. But it's Monday. So hey. Happy Monday. And I'm going to get right into it. I just got off of a call with my assistant. So now that I'm done working and getting things in order there, I wanted to share a story. So, of course, if you're new to me, hey, I'm Cornisha. I'm a life coach. I'm a business coach, and I coach my clients through connecting the dots between their reality and their destiny. I help them structure their lifestyle, structure their finances, and then structure their business. And we go in that order specifically to make sure that business comes easy. Entrepreneurship is hard enough. So if you structure your lifestyle, if you structure your finances, then structure your business, it'll flow. Okay. So that's who I am. That's what I do. But I got a story to tell y'all. So as you know, I've been a full-time entrepreneur since October. And prior to that, I was in corporate. I was in corporate for about 6 years. It was a blessing. But I went through things in my corporate career. I went through things like most. So in going through things, oh my gosh. And I want to tell y'all a story of what I went through and how none of that matters today. Okay? I want to tell y'all a story of what I went through and how none of it matters. So I remember about 2 years ago, I was looking to get promoted with my corporate company. I was looking to get promoted. So I went through a series of events to get into the hiring process. So once I got in that hiring process, it was up. I studied, I did what I had to do because I knew what I wanted. So in doing that, I got the interview. I finally got the interview to get hired in my corporate career at the time. So I got the interview and I was so nervous. I scheduled my boss and the person under me. They cleared my schedule for me so I could get promoted. It was a blessing. So I get on the interview and it's a panel of corporate, like up the ladder folks. It's a panel of them and they're waiting to interview me. So as we are all sitting on there waiting, a guy came on and he looked at me and he said, "Who we interviewing now? Aretha Franklin?" And he was a white man, and he said this basically saying, "Oh, I'm Aretha Franklin," because I had long curly hair at the time. So, of course, he said that at the start of my interview. I had two options: either call the interview quits, cut off my camera and go about my day, or do the interview. And who I am, I'm a person of spirituality. I believe if you do good things gonna come to you. So because of that, I chose to stick to what I wanted, which was that promotion. So I ignored him and I did my interview. And in the midst of me ignoring this man who says a racist comment to me in my interview to get promoted, he calls me Aretha Franklin because I got curly hair. Because I have curly hair. So in the midst of that, his boss, our boss, she tells him, "Mute your phone." Literally, she told this man, "Mute your phone." So he mutes his phone. They go about their day. I do the interview. Okay, please let me know if y'all can hear me okay. It says my connection was slipping, so let me know if you can still hear me. And So I did the interview, y'all. I did it. I stuck to it. At the end of the day, I knew I wanted the promotion. I knew how to handle him. So it was what it was. I did the interview. In the midst of me doing that interview, out of 100 people, I scored number 7. Number 7. On top of him doing what he did, saying what he said, on top of all of that, I still did the interview and I ranked number 7. Ranked number 7. After all of that, long story short, I called HR. I covered myself. I called HR. But because I'm a person that is different from them, let's just say it was overlooked. Publicly, it looked overlooked. When I say that whole panel was fired, by the next season in business, that whole panel was fired. Whole panel. And then by that following season, I still got my promotion. And honestly, getting that promotion, knowing what I know, learning what I learned in that promotional season of business, being that new boss, that is what equipped me to be this today. So you see how it was a series of events. Not all of it was cute. Not all of it was sexy. Not all of it was glorious. However, I went through a series of things to get me where I am today. And that's the exact reason why when that corporate company called me back, I said no. 2 fingers, thanks, but no thanks. I'm good. Enjoy. You know, things happen. Life happens. Life is going to happen. Life is going to happen. But none of that matters. Second half of the story. So if you guys missed, I'm telling a story of what I went through in corporate. And I'm going to tell how just recently I got a revelation that reminded me of what I went through, how I killed it, and the fact that none of that matters to this day. And sometimes we forget where we come from. We forget what we've gone through, and life is tough. Life is tough. I'm a life coach. I get it. Life is tough. So in understanding that, that's why I'm doing this, to show you guys. Sometimes take a step out of your reality and go back in history, and you'll realize you done been through worse. You'll realize you done seen some worse days. You've experienced worse things. So let me get back to the story. I was working in corporate. I was trying to get promoted, and a white man made a racist comment to me on my corporate interview. And in the midst of that, I had 2 options: to either still do the interview or to turn off my camera and go about my day. Who I am, I chose to still do that interview. And out of 100 candidates, I ranked number 7. That whole panel was fired, and I still got my promotion. Still got my promotion. All because a man wanted to call me Aretha Franklin because I have curly hair. Literally. And that's what us essential workers, corporate workers, things like that we deal with often. So I want to bring these things to the table. However, I also want to show you how it really don't matter. How it really doesn't matter. So yesterday, Sunday. Sunday is a soul care day for me. I got to take care of my soul. So I cleaned my house. I made dinner. And I was thinking, like, what movie do I want to watch? Well, I go on Prime, y'all. I go on Prime, and it shows that the Respect movie by Aretha Franklin is included in the Prime subscription. So I click on the trailer because I knew I've always wanted to watch this movie. Clicking on that trailer took me back and reminded me of my corporate interview and this man calling me Aretha Franklin. I don't know why it took me back so far, but it did. However, it wasn't a take me back like, oh, I'm sad. Y'all, when I say I felt so full, because think about it. Who played Aretha Franklin? Jennifer Hudson. I'm a J Hud fan, so I love her. Always have, always will. But on top of that, look at Jennifer Hudson. When she first came out, she was overweight, underpaid, overlooked, and look at her now. She playing Aretha Franklin. So because of that, that Aretha Franklin joke, that's gonna be a part of my story to the end of time. Why? Why? Because it matters. Because it means something. That Aretha Franklin situation could have set me back. It could have set me back. I wasn't taught how to deal with racism. I didn't have to deal with it. So because of that, it could have set me back. But I didn't allow it to. I persevered. I persevered. And at the end of the day, I had so many people in my circle that told me, oh no, I would have walked out. I wouldn't have got that interview. However, I'm blessed to say out of the folks in my family, I was 25 making $50,000 a year, which is unheard of. I was 25 making $50,000 a year, which is unheard of for the college graduates and the ones that aren't. So because of that, I still made it. I still raised the bar. I still raised the bar. However, tracking my progress was part of that process. That process that just revealed to me I've had worse days. I've been way worse off. However, if you stick to what you know, it's going to pay off. And all I know is to do the right things, and the right things will come back onto me. So in making those hard decisions to still do that interview, I saw milestones that folks in my family hadn't seen. I saw milestones. So because of that, you're going to deal with things. Life going to deal you some cards. Life is going to deal you some cards that ain't so pretty. But when life deal you those cards, hey y'all, when life deal you those cards, trust me, like they say, take it to the chin, take it to the chin. And I guarantee you, a year from now, 2 years from now, you going to look at... Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. I'm telling y'all, a year from now, you're going to look at your reality and you're going to thank yourself for taking it to the chin. You're going to thank yourself for staying true to who you are. You're going to thank yourself. Yes, and it comes with growth and maturity, honestly. And it's the folks who put me in that position, they didn't even know how to deal with it. And Lulo, what? I think I was 24 at the time, actually. I was 24. And this 24-year-old girl can still come into work and smile and do this and do that. And look at what we putting her through. So they tried to deal me a worse hand. And I took that too. I ate that too. And I watched all of them get fired. Watched all of them. And I sat back with a smile on my face and took my promotion to the chin. Took that to the chin too. So because of that, it's important. It's important, y'all. It's so important that you do what you got to do regardless. And that's why they say, forget them folks, keep the naysayers out your ear, protect your business. Like you say, the strong survive. And as I said, when I first pursued entrepreneurship, I didn't tell my family. By the time I pursued entrepreneurship, that same corporate job was calling me back. So I could have went back to what was comfortable, but I remember what I had to deal with by myself. I remember what they put me through and what they tried to brush under the rug. When I called HR and told HR what happened to me during my corporate interview, all they did was when they told the panelist, and their reasoning was, oh, we got to corroborate the story. We have to confirm it. So everybody who was on that panel who knew exactly what happened, they later knew that I called corporate. So they even told them, like, hey, she snitched on y'all. But I don't care about that either. Because at the end of the day, you can't have your way with me. I don't know about y'all, but you can't have your way with me. That's the millennial in me. Like they say, us millennials, we different from our parents' generation. And that's where the millennial in me kicked in, because I wasn't going. I don't care. I'm going to call corporate. I'm going to do all of this. I'm going to call HR, and I'm still going to show up to work tomorrow early. I'm that girl. So because of that, I played my role. And honestly, y'all, it got me where I am today. So because of that, I encourage you, do not let your reality define you. Don't. It means nothing. The 1% that it means, it is to add fuel to the fire. It's meant to help ignite that fire, to keep that flame lit so you can stay in the race. That's it. And they don't tell us that. That's why sometimes you need external support. That's why I always say you have to qualify your board of directors. You got to qualify the folks who can speak to you and speak into your life. Because if I had somebody to speak into my life and say, baby, go get you a lawyer, I could have got me a lawyer and I could have sued that company. However, that doesn't make or break anything because I trust God. Let's make that clear. That makes or break nothing because I trust God. And that lawyer lawsuit thing, that's of the devil, if you ask me, because it shouldn't have to go that far. However, you got to do what you got to do. You have to protect you. You have to protect your energy. And you have to protect who you allow into that, who you allow to pour into it. It's important. And had I allowed the wrong people into my life to pour into me, I could have quit my job. I could have done anything. Think about it. Yes. Yes. And a lot of times we allow disqualified individuals to be part of our destiny, so to speak. In our minds, oh, my friend, I got a friend who do this. She could be my that. No, she can't. No, she cannot. She may not be qualified, but you so far in that you just don't see it. And trust me, that's speaking to the choir. I have friends who certain situations in my life, I wouldn't be able to attain or sustain had I still had those friends speaking that negativity into my life. So because of that, it's hard making hard decisions. However, it's all about knowing that a year from now, I'll thank myself. 2 years from now, I'll thank myself. And that's all it's about. And watching that Aretha Franklin movie took me so far back, y'all. It took me so far back. It reminded me of how that day I had to clock out for lunch, go cry in the car, and then get myself together to go clock back in. Nowadays, if something happened to me, I could check out right here in my house because I work from home. And that's not to brag or boast. It's just to show that decision making, intentional decision making can support you in building the life that you desire. And the resources are out there. They are out there. No, it's not easy, but it can be done. After a year of sacrifice, after 6 months of sacrifice, I sacrificed. I wanted to watch The Real at 1 o'clock today, but I had to prepare for my video call with my assistant by 3 o'clock her time. So because of that, I had to sacrifice. There are certain things. I have family who have brand new cars. I could definitely go trade my car in and get a brand new car today. That's not what I want. That's not going to help me get to where I'm going a year from now. Thank you. Yes, I didn't settle. And that is what elevated me. It truly is. I just posted something that pretty much says transformation. You actually get to touch and see and get the transformation once your consistency, your decision making, and something else. It's one more thing. It has to coincide. You can't just make a choice of, I want to be an entrepreneur or I want to lose the weight. You can't say these things without making the conscious choices. You have to do that every single day, every single decision, not even every day. It boils down to every single decision. I have all kinds of mess in my life that I could give my energy to. It's not going to serve nothing. You know how they say, oh, well, you can know something and you can say you know it. That's not going to change it. People can know what you know. People can know, oh, she know my secret. She know that I'm a fraud. She know that I'm this. She know that I'm that. That's not going to change the fact that they are who they are. It's just going to, the only thing that changes is that you know. So why focus my energy on that, you know? So I tap out of all that stuff. I stay my tail right here at home, or I go wherever I choose to work from that day, and I call it a day. So, and if I can do this, I know y'all can do it. I spent 6 years in corporate, and I'm telling you, every year I had 1 foot in the door and 1 foot out. every year. And it's some of y'all who really commit to being essential workers, being corporate workers, and being dedicated parents. If you could be a parent, oh, trust me, you can have your way in this thing called life, because parenting is complex. Parenting is complex. I'm not a parent, but I'm a child of a good parent. So because of that, I know the complexities of being a parent. If you could be a parent, you could run a business. If you could be a parent, you can work from home. If you could be a parent, you can face the hard decisions in life and actually use those to your benefit to help you build the life that you desire. Did you know? Did you know? Did you know? Did you know that if you prioritize your biggest problems in life and take care of those first, you'll solve your own problems? The small problems will solve themselves. If you focus on the biggest problems in your life, the small ones will solve themselves. They will. And that's something that, again, we don't know unless we have a specific qualified board of directors over our life. Not anybody can speak into your life anymore. You know better now. Not anybody can do that. And what you don't know, you don't know. That's not your fault. It ain't even important who didn't teach you and why you don't know. That's not important. That's a distraction. That's a distraction. And part of our transformational journeys, we get caught up on, oh my gosh, I didn't know I had to structure my lifestyle. I didn't know I had to structure my finances. I didn't know that those are the steps before I structure my business. I didn't know. And we get so caught up on the I didn't know that we like to play the blame game. Oh, I didn't know, and it's my mama's fault because she didn't teach me. Oh, I didn't know, and it's my daddy's fault because he didn't teach me. Oh, I ain't know, and my grandparents didn't know, so they trifling because they didn't teach none of us. That's a problem. That's a problem. We don't know the half of their stories. And some of them are not around to defend themselves. So because of that, it's up to us. It's up to us to course correct anything we don't have in our life. That's up to us. That's our responsibility. Yes. Yes. And it's okay that it take us so long to find out. It only took you 33 years. It only took you 33 years. It's some folks who 50, 55, 60, and they still don't know. Or they know and they too scared to do something about what they know. And I know y'all know some of them. Because I do. I know y'all do because I do. Please excuse my eyes, y'all. The sinuses, the lights. It works against me, but I don't care. I don't care. It is what it is. But I needed y'all to feel me on this. This has been such a beautiful Monday for me. And yes. And it's been such a beautiful Monday for me. And I wanted to share it. I can't continue to sit on what I know. I can't continue to sit on the perks of life of entrepreneurship or life of working from home. So in that, I had to do this. I had to do this. And I so love what I do that this comes easy. However, it didn't always come easy. It didn't. And it didn't come easy for me because I wasn't structuring my lifestyle. I wasn't structuring my finances. And that's why business came hard. If you structure your lifestyle first and your finances first, business will come so much easier. And honestly, finances and fear is the most of the reason why folks choose not to do entrepreneurship. And I get that. But that's why having a life coach in the mix is important, because I have life coaches, I have business coaches, I have coaches who are both of life and business. I have coaches who are of life, business, and spirituality. So it's all about knowing what you need and knowing how to fill in the gaps. And again, all of that is our responsibility. It is. And they don't tell us. They don't tell us that. They want us blind, walking around blind, because sometimes it benefits them. I know when I wasn't strong enough in my self-care and my soul care, I tolerated things from friends that should have been just eliminated completely. I did. I tolerated certain things. I sacrificed myself in ways that I should not have. So in that, I understand that we can get too far in to see how far in we are. However, that don't matter either. Because as long as you're breathing with life and breath in your body, you have the right and the choice to make a decision right now. It doesn't have to wait till tomorrow. It doesn't have to wait till the kids go to bed. It doesn't get the kids on board while you doing it, and that'll make it even easier. So it's really about putting one foot in front of the other and saying, you know what? I want this thing. I'm not sure how I'm going to attain this thing, but I know I want it, so I'm going to go after it. I'm going to figure it out. That's what it's about. That's truly all it's about. That's how I did this. A year ago, I didn't know I would be here. A year ago, I was officially unemployed and didn't know what I had going. Like, honestly, a year ago. My corporate job pretty much said I'd be unemployed within 30 days. They told me at 5 o'clock p.m. and told the customers at 8 a.m. the next day. So because of that, like, my life changed in a matter of seconds. So when that concept was introduced to me, I took it and ran with it. And now I realize, just like they can change my life in a matter of seconds, I can too. Now what? I can too. So I vow the whole mission and purpose of my company is to solely put us brown folks on the map, that we can lose it all and get it all back. We've always been the hard bodies that know how to take this and take that, and we can eat this and eat that and take it to the chin, take a licking and keep on ticking. Yeah, you can, but use that to your benefit. Don't allow that to be your lifestyle for all your life and you get nothing out of it. Set your goals in the mix. Pursue your goals in the mix. Pursue your dreams in the midst of all of that. And I guarantee you will reap the rewards. You'll reap it sooner than you think. Actually, way sooner than you think. A lot of my perks of life I've had all this time. And I was so blind by fear or being unorganized that I didn't even see it. So I realized how just being weighed down by the responsibilities of life, I've realized how it can hinder us in being dreamers again. We were always dreamers. We were always born to be people of imagination and be able to see it before we see it. And I don't know how or why, but life has gotten us to a place where we've kind of closed ourselves off from being that dreamer. And it's sad. It saddens me. It really does. And that's why we have women and men who are angry and jealous and envious and controlling, and they're bitter. We all like to call them haters, whatever we call them. We call them trolls when they on social media barking. You know how it is. We all know that those folks are out there. However, those bitter folks, the angry folks, they're not angry birds for no reason, okay? They are not angry birds for no reason. Life happened to them. And somewhere in the midst of life happening to them, they forgot that they got the right to choose different. They have the right to change their life starting right now. And it starts with a choice. That's simple. So it's all about, are you going to honor your choice or are you not? Are you going to keep playing small? You going to honor your choice or you going to keep playing small? And I know that hurts to hear. I've heard things that hurt to hear. I've heard some things. I'll even share it. I've heard, oh, you're an entrepreneur, but you don't handle your business. I've heard, oh, you're a life coach, but I don't really see the perks. I've heard how I've not been disciplined. I've heard how, oh, I see what you do, but I'm confused. That don't feel good. However, it strengthened me. It strengthened me to go back to the drawing board, to where now not only am I doing what I do, but I'm teaching how to do it. I got assistants. I got all, like, literally, I reap the rewards. I have people who call and say, hey, how that little business doing? And in the midst of that, then they want to ask a question so I could get them on game. Like, you know, we all deal with things. However, those things are not going to stop. Those things not going to stop. Those things are going to keep being things. But it's up to us to write them off as small matters. We handle big problems. We moving different. We handle the big problems. We prioritize the big problems, and the small stuff handle itself. Like they say, I got bigger problems. I got bigger fish to fry. And that's the mood. That should really be the mood. That should really be the movement, because that's how you're going to accomplish your goals. That's how you're going to attain your goals. That's how you're going to build the life that you desire. And entrepreneurship is about so much more than knowing how to start a business. A lot of times we write things off because we're unaware. What happens when your child wants to start a business and you don't know what to tell them? You're going to tell them to go to corporate. That's not supportive, just so you know. That is unsupportive. It's up to us to know. And you don't have to know the information for you. You can know it for your family. You can learn it for your family. It's about building the life that you want for your legacy. And that's what it is for me. It's legacy. And I know for sure I don't want my kids dealing with certain things. I don't want my nephews dealing with certain things. I don't want my nieces to have to deal with things that I had to deal with, especially like the Aretha Franklin situation. That's not cute nor funny. It's not. However, we all deal with that every single day. And that's why at one point in this live, it was 10 viewers. And then another point, it's 1 or 2, simply because that's the uncomfortable conversation that we don't want to solve the problem of. And it's okay. If you want to be a runner, that's fine. Like they say, I'm a runner, I'm a track star. I'm going to run away when it gets hard. You don't have to do that. That is not the only way. It's not. And it's up to us to know that. It's up to us to tell one another that. If we don't know, we don't know. But surround yourself with folks that know. Even if you got to go on YouTube to find them. Even if you have to go on Instagram to find them. So what? All of my coaches I found on YouTube or Instagram. Truly. I have a coach in Florida, one in North Carolina, and one in Alabama. Literally. I don't have support from around here, but that's fine. That's absolutely fine. That's life. Honestly, it's life. And like they said in the comments, it takes maturity to understand that. A lot of times we get caught up, oh, this person not supporting me, that person not supporting me. A lot of times they're not going to support until you get the success. By then, it may be too late. Your prices may be different, whatever. So focusing on the small problems are probably the biggest hindrance is for us in life. I know it is for me. It's a hindrance. Every time I focus on the small problems, I get distracted. I end up spiraling, and then I got to recover. I do not have time for that anymore. I don't. And I'm real intentional about that. That's why I sacrificed to get an assistant. That was a sacrifice. Trust me, that was a sacrifice. I sacrificed to do certain things. I sacrificed to drive around in that '08 car when I could be riding in the 2022. That's an intentional sacrifice. However, that's a sacrifice that a year from now, they're going to be like, what was that car again? Okay, you had an '08. I'm going to stick to about a 10, because that way I know Yeah, the same folks. And I remember back when I told y'all about the promotion. Back when I got the promotion, I remember people saying, oh, you could go and upgrade your car. You could go and do this. You could go and do that. We didn't know the promotion was going to be short-lived. That's why I say qualify your board of directors. Because what if I would have went and upgraded my car, got a car note? I wouldn't be riding around in a car that's paid off, you know? Some folks, they with their brand new car notes. They're with their brand new cars. However, they come with brand new car notes. And I specifically don't want that. That look better in my pocket than the bank's right now. And that's a sacrifice. However, literally, it's about choices. It's about decision making. And it's about knowing I want what I want. And I don't care. I'm going to get it. And in that choice, in that decision that I made, that's how I'm able to sustain working from home, living at home, being a CEO of life at home. That's how. Being a CEO of life, home, and business. That's how. It's simple sacrifices. Simple. I could go and get a cable subscription. No, I'm cool with Netflix, Hulu, and Prime. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And making those sacrifices now, and think about it. Those simple sacrifices are that's how we get to the place where we can lose it all and get it to the place. That's how we get to that place where we can lose it all and get it all back. That's how we get to the place, yeah, I could take a pay cut. I'm cool with that because my time is worth more than that little pay anyway. You know, it's about mindset. It's about perspective. And it's about investing in your mindset and investing in your perspective. Because life taints your perspective. Life shifts your perspective. So who you were when you were your purest self is so different from who you are now because you were tainted by life. So as you learn that, you begin to want to learn or unlearn the behaviors that are hindering you from achieving your goals. And that's what life coaching is. That's all life coaching is, literally. Helping you identify what areas life tainted you and your perspective and how that's hindering you from accomplishing your goals. I'm going to share a little something with y'all. Something as simple as structuring your schedule. Something as simple as structuring your daily schedule can change your whole life. It can change the dynamic and the experience that you get from life. Example, I remember back in October when I started in business, I was waking up at about 8 o'clock. It was cool. Like, I still got all the things done in that season of business. However, I was nowhere near as successful as I am today. Today, I wake up at 6:15 every day. Today, I make sure I spend time with myself, God, and my house solely before I get on my phone. Solely before I do anything externally. I make sure I devote time to myself personally, to God personally, and then to my household. After that is when I allow time for life. After that is when I allow time for external. And if you invest in yourself and your life and your home and your foundation, if you invest in those things more often than you invest in the external, you'll reap more of the benefits. You're not giving them out. Versus when I was waking up at 8 o'clock, I would wake up at 8. I feel overwhelmed because I got a list of stuff I could have done if I woke up at 6. By 9, my phone's blowing up because all the families wanting to check in. By 10, I'm cooking breakfast and I've gotten nothing done. Or I've gotten things done. I've gotten it all done, but I'm so overwhelmed that the rest of my day is trash. The quality of the rest of my day is trash because I've done it all within the first 4 hours. And that's how a lot of us go through life. We simply try to, we don't get ahead of the curve. How about that? We refuse to get ahead of the curve, and that's why a lot of us struggle in life. We refuse to get ahead of the curve. And getting ahead of the curve is simply structuring your schedule. Something that simple. I gave y'all a free gem. Structure your schedule. There's no reason why on a scheduling tip, we're so behind and we just don't have time when in our free time we watching Netflix. In our free time, we spending money on subscriptions that don't put money back in our pockets. There are so many subscriptions, membership groups, programs that teach you financial literacy, that teach you business literacy, lifestyle literacy, how to be a better parent, how to be a better husband, how to be a better wife. There are so many things that teach us simple day-to-day gems. But we'd much rather spend the $14 on Amazon. We'd much rather spend the $14 on Hulu. Like, It's all about choices. And honestly, until your choices align with your commitment and your consistency, you're going to always struggle. I did. I'm a living witness. I'm a living witness. Literally. I know a lot of you guys have followed me since October when I first started my business, this business. When I first started this business, a lot of people have followed me since then. And that's great. However, a lot of people have seen inconsistency or they'll see me here or on Instagram and they're confused. That's because I had to do some more work. Again, if you structure your lifestyle, then your finances, and then do the business, it'll flow better. It'll flow easier. Your quality of life, finances, and then business will all be elevated. Your quality automatically elevates when you get ahead of the curve. Oh my gosh, yes. And honestly, I do this every day. I share the information that I know, and I'm consuming information. You know how they say it takes 10,000 hours to perfect a craft. So because of that, the information that I share with y'all is the information that I've perfected. I got new information that I'm investing in for myself and my clients. So because of that, it's all like they say, it's what you know, it's who you know, and it's what you're going to do about it. Like, what are you going to do with the information you know? So I could go on and on, honestly. That's why I always teach my clients, sit with your resume. Sit with your resume and see what you can offer publicly, and you will shock yourself. You will shock yourself. Based on the last job that I served in corporate, I could give you guys probably 10 different things that I can use to start a business with. And I know if I could do that based on one little job that I was in for about 2.5 years, y'all can do it. Y'all been working these corporate jobs way longer than me. And y'all dedicated. Y'all are committed. Y'all, I know it because y'all are parents. I'm not a parent, so a lot of that time, that's why I had one foot out of the door so easily, because I'm doing it for just me. I know I'm going to be all right. I know if I don't know how to do nothing else, I can make it. So that was always my mindset, and that's why I liked working, but I knew entrepreneurship was in my heart because I come from being a cosmetologist. So doing hair, working in a salon, the salon life, like you make your own schedule, you make your own rules. You manage your business, manage your books, and call it a day. So honestly, we can have our way in this thing called life. And for my men out there, I'm taking care of y'all. I'm taking care of y'all. I know in my live about a couple weeks ago, I said I was taking care of the active business owners, which I am. But after active business owners, we taking care of the men. We need our men. We need our men. We need our men. Like there's no other way to say it. We need them. We need them. We need them. I don't know how else to say it. So because of that, there's valuable information. And speaking of my man, I have a dad. Let me share a success story. I have a dad who's a felon. I got a dad who's a felon. He has children. I'm going to say that. He has some kids, y'all. But on top of that, he knew he didn't want to go back to work somebody's job. He knew working somebody else's job would not equate to him having a successful lifestyle because he had child support. So because of that, and I'm telling all my daddy business, but I know he don't care. So in all of that, I'm saying that to say he made a conscious choice to start a business. My dad and I went to Vatterott together. I was going for a cosmetology in the day. He was going for HVAC at night. We graduated together. So because of that, my dad turned his life around. As a felon, he's an entrepreneur. As a felon, he's pursuing business credit. As a felon, he's making 4 figures in his business, in a home-based business right now. Right now. 4 figures a month right now. Yes. So you can't tell me what men don't do. So my dad's knowledge, using him as one of my clients, Because now, yes, he is enrolled in my academy as an active business owner. Again, I take care of the active business owners. So my dad is enrolled. This thing runs deep. So in that, I take care of him, but I have so much coming for the men. I know men, I know the opportunities for men versus women are different. I know the hindrances are different, and I'm going to fill the gap in that. It's so much information out there. I know what men like. Men like cars, men like money, men like outside. They like doing stuff. So I got a list of information. A list of information that I have coming real soon for my man. And I have a team of men. I got a brother who's an entrepreneur. I got a brother who's a life coach. I got another brother who's an entrepreneur, literally. So because of that, I have a team of men that I'm putting together to support me in supporting our men. Literally. I'm coming for it. So because of that, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have a good day at work, and thank you for watching. Like I say, I'm taking care of the men. Women, you know, we do our thing. We do the nails and the hair and the this and the that. We do it. And for women, some things can come easier. So because of that, it's time that we invest in our men as women. As women, we need our men. I need my dad. I need my uncle. I need my brothers, my uncles, my grandfather. I need my men. So because of that, I know I'm not the only woman in that. We need our men. So I'm going to spend a season investing in men, investing in them. That's definitely a part of my plans. I'm just running my mouth, telling y'all my business. But I just wanted to share a little bit of my Monday with y'all. I have to do hair soon. I have to cook dinner, you know, stuff. I'm just getting y'all in my business. But literally, I just wanted to come and share how changing your perspective, changing your mindset, and actually choosing to align your choices, your goals, your consistency, and your commitment. If you choose to align all of those, it'll pay off for you. It will pay off for you. It will change your life, and it'll teach you how to change your life as often as you need to. Because I know for sure who I am today, she can't live the way the girl last month lived. She can't live today the way I lived at the top of the year. She can't. It won't work for her. So if we be that brutally honest with ourselves, it'll change the way we endure life. It'll change our quality of life. And my quality has elevated so much lately that all I want to do is share how I've done it. So I love y'all. As y'all know, I am Cornisha. As y'all hear, I am Stuffy. So I'm your life coach, your business coach. I will check in with y'all later. I love you guys oh so much. As I always say, I do it for y'all. I do it for me. I do this thing for us. So until next time, I will see y'all later. Bye.